Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Totalbiscuit. I'm here to ask and answer one simple question. WTF is FTL. FTL is faster than light. This is one of the first really big examples of a game that got a really fantastic start, or indeed finish, with Kickstarter. They raised a ton of money. They got about 2,000% of the amount that they asked for, and well, the game is here. At least it will be in a few days. Those of you who kickstarted it, you already have it. This game is coming out on September 14th on Steam and GOG. Will be available on Windows, Mac, and Linux. What's it all about? Well, it's a space roguelike by Subset Games, which consists of two people, Matthew Davis and Justin Marr. It's about a lone spaceship in a hostile universe, and you have to survive as long as you can, and hopefully actually reach the end, which more often than not does not happen. Once you're dead, and you have to start over again. There are a bunch of different unlockable ships and things like that, and it's supposed to simulate a starship experience, as opposed to a dogfighting kind of thing. It's all about managing systems, making crew go to different places, dealing with boarding actions, stuff like that. So, let's play a game. Let's find out what it's all about. Now, usually with WTF is, I'd like to go into it with a fairly clear mind, but I was so excited about this, I accidentally 5 hours of it. I'm very sorry. So I'm going to start a new game. I kind of know what I'm doing, so I'll explain what makes it good, what weaknesses, if any, the game actually has, and then come to a conclusion. Alright, onward. Okay, so first things first, you get to pick your ship. You unlock various different kinds of ships throughout the game. As you can see, there are 9 ships and 2 layouts available for each ship, which do actually affect the game quite significantly. I haven't unlocked anything so far. I think the easiest one is this one, actually, if I recall correctly, to get the 5th sector, but I've only got to the 4th thus far. So the Kestrel's pretty standard. That's the layout. As you can see, you get 3 crew members who you can customize. You can get more as you go through the game. So, this is me. This is Ensign Cox. And why not? That is Dodger. And we shall name it the HMS TGS. Wonderful. This is guaranteed not to go wrong. As you can see, that's the outside of the ship. Graphic style is basic, I would say. Clean in most places. Little bits of pixel art here and there, but definitely basic. Something you would have expected maybe out of the late 90s of PC gaming. Gives me even a little bit of an XCOM feel at times. The original, by the way, not the remake, or the FPS, or any of the other games. Alright, onward! Faster than light, let's go. Okay, so we are carrying data that's vital to the remaining Federation fleet survival, and you're being consistently hunted by the rebels. The rebels will eventually catch up to you if you are too slow. You can use your faster-than-light drive to jump to another sector, and eventually you will get to the end of the particular area, and you can jump on to the next set of challenges. Once you get to the end of it, you supposedly fight the final rebel boss, and that kind of ends the game. But there's all sorts of other hidden things involved. So, first things first, this is our ship. There are many like it, but this one is mine. So, Lieutenant Dodger can go work on the shield controls. Ensign Cox, I don't know if I really want to allow him access to the weapons grid. Well, I guess we'll have to put him there for the time being, and Captain TB can sit at the helm here. Now, when you man these systems, they actually gain a benefit. Down at the bottom here, you can see that there's a number of power bars for various systems, and then you've got subsystems down here. Piloting, sensors, and door controls, which is more important than you might think. I can even open and close all doors. I could also open the airlocks if I like. Not necessarily a very good idea. It reduces your oxygen levels, but it can be used for starving out fires. And sometimes, if you're able to hold the doors, you can actually suffocate enemy boarding parties by using this system. Alright, so let's jump on and then we'll show you exactly what's going on with this. Okay, so this is the star map. This is Sector 1. Once you get to the end of this, you'll get an exit, and then you get a kind of a branching path system. So, I want to be heading over in this direction, I think. Don't want to really be heading backwards, because the rebel fleet will start coming from this direction, and it becomes a little bit stressful. So we're going to warp in to this sector. So each sector you get usually has an encounter of some description. Like here, for instance. There's an auto scout attacking a small refueling outpost. I think I can probably take him on, so... Ensign Cox, charge the weapons. Okay, so hitting spacebar will allow you to pause the game, which is fairly important here, to say the least, because as you can see, this guy is about to arm 3 different weapons and shoot me with everything he has, so I need to be prepared in order to actually deal with him. Funny thing is, I can't actually target him at the moment. I think we just need to bring weapons online. So you'll notice that brought the power bar down there. You can upgrade your ship throughout the game to get more shield points, more power and things like that. My engines are currently partially powered. I don't have anyone working them. If I had someone working the engine room, then I would be able to gain increased dodge chance. Okay. So I actually can't lock onto this guy right now. He may be cloaked. That is a possibility. Yes, he would actually appear to be cloaked at this time. That is not good. I don't like cloaking ships whatsoever, so we'll charge the weapons. Okay, he's decloaked. Let us lock on target. So here I'm able to lock onto various subsystems. I think the first thing I want to do is knock out his cloaking device, and I'm going to aim my Artemis missile at his weapons array. Here's hoping we deal with that. That is a lot of stuff coming in our direction, and that is not a good start. Alright, so we took a critical hit to the oxygen generators and to the sensors. You know what? That is not remotely helpful at all. My oxygen generator is currently on fire. Not ideal. At this point, there's probably not a lot I can do about it, so I want to just try and survive long enough in order to take this guy out. But I don't know if I can. This is actually a really unpleasant encounter to get, and every now and again that happens. I've just taken a hit to the weapons array. Ensign Cox is attempting to repair it. We're taking critical hits all over the place, and our ship is currently on fire. So the HMS TGS has not had a good start thus far, to say the least. The med bay's taking a hit. Oh, wow. This is really, really ugly. Can I at least try and take their weapons array out? It's damaged, but still functional. I don't know. Lieutenant Dodger, head into the oxygen room and try and put the fires out, please. Oh, good lord, that's not good. That is seriously not good at all. Now, she's going to take damage in the process, and I also don't have anyone manning my shield array, so it's going to take a little bit of work. And she is about to die of lack of oxygen, so let's get her to the med bay immediately. Alright, Ensign Cox. You're wearing a red shirt, you look expendable, get in there. Try and fix this up if you can, and we have multiple hull breaches on deck, whatever the hell that is. This might actually be the time to run away. Now, there are, more often than not, times where you just can't deal with what's being thrown at you. Oh, great, engines are critical, wonderful, so I can't even get away from that. The med bay's already taken damage. At least the med bay is back online. Fire the Artemis missile, at least his weapon systems are down. That's a plus. Okay, aim directly at the bridge. Artemis missile away, and there's the hit, and thankfully we were able to take him out, but only just. You are rewarded with various parts and things like that, and these guys have been given me a little reward too. But I am also running out of oxygen. I'm on 10% oxygen right now. Now is the time when we send the entire crew in there. It's like, just fix it before you all suffocate, because that's about to happen in about 5 seconds. You get... Okay, Dodger can't fit in there. That's fine. Okay, that's a good excuse. 2% oxygen. Come on! Fix it! Fix it! Good God! Oh, okay, we're fixed. We're fixed. We're good. Now, get in the med bay. Oh, Ensign Cox! We hardly knew ye. Ensign Cox is suffocated in a brave attempt to fix the O2 generators. He'll be fired out of the back of the vessel in a torpedo tube. Just because it seems like a cool way of dealing with it. And now, unfortunately, we're a little bit understaffed, to say the least. You do need a pilot, otherwise you can't jump. We need the engine room fixed. We have problems with low... Oh man, we took low... Really a lot of damage to the hull in that encounter. That was a surprisingly difficult one to start with. We've got low oxygen on all decks. That's gradually recharging here, and we should hopefully be able to fix up the sensors as well, so we can even see what's actually going on in our own ship. However, we did gain fuel, scrap, missiles, and all manner of other things, so we can actually get some upgrades here, if we want. Maybe power up the engines just a little bit. That gives a quicker charging of faster than light, so if I need to get out of there, then that's a good way of doing it, and it also gives me extra dodge. Nothing wrong with that. Alright, there we go, so there's the upgrade there. Now, for one, I can also have a look at my crew, as you can see. They gain crew skills the more they do things. Dodger is apparently getting very, very good at fixing stuff. Probably because I've got to fix bloody everything. I'm going to at least get the sensors back online before I warp out to the next location. There we go. Sensors are back online, which reveals a rather ugly ship. We have a hull breach over there. That's going to be a bit of a problem as well, because that's low oxygen, so not exactly ideal. We need to try and get that fixed up before she dies of suffocation and asphyxiation. That would be bad. Uh-oh, get out of there. There we go. Back into the med bay to get that resolved. I'll go and fix the rest of it. The captain's work is never done. Oh, if only Ensign Cox were here. Wonderful. That has now been fixed up and everything should be fine. The ship is mostly working. Very, very badly damaged after our first encounter. Okay, onward into the great unknown. Engage. Alright, what do we have? Federation transport under attack by a rebel scout. I think this would be a... Yeah, we should be able to take him out. He's on with 2 weapons. Fairly basic ship. Okay, power up the weapons and engage. Charge the burst lasers. Now... What's he got? Oh, he has a drone as well. That's unpleasant. That's actually a is that a defensive drone? Looks like it is. Defensive drones are a real pain in the ass to deal with. That could be a bit of a problem. Ooh, and that cutting beam can set fires. Okay, first things first. What we want to do, we could try and knock out... If we knock out the O2 system, then that means the crew at least will probably have to pull away from their duties in these other rooms in order to try and fix the O2 system. Okay, shields down. Let's fire a missile at the O2 system. That was a hit on... I think that actually might have missed. It looks like a defense drone might have taken that out. That could be a little bit unpleasant to say the least. Shields are holding for the time being. Let's fire another volley in that general direction. Okay, hits to the O2 system. Very nice. Once again, that defense drone is preventing me from getting any real hits in here. At least our shields are holding at the moment. Okay, with the O2 system down, that could cause them a few problems. Next target, I think, is going to be the weapons. We could actually try to work on the drone control as well. Let's shoot in that general direction. Ah, that defense drone is a pain. So I'm going to stop firing missiles because it's a waste. Missiles do actually cost. They are a limited resource, so I'm going to aim at the drone system with my burst laser. Okay, so you see I've actually slowed the drone down there. I want to take the drone out, and then I'll fire a missile to try and take out its critical systems. Thankfully, he doesn't have a lot of firepower at his disposal, so as long as my shields stay up, I should be fine. Another volley, there we go, his drone system is now down. Aim for the bridge. Maximum firepower. There we go. And down he goes, wonderful. That's a lot of scrap as well. Ah, a hidden Federation base. Very cool, let's head in that general direction. Damage report, not a huge amount. Engines took a minor hit. Lieutenant Dodger can go and repair that. I really do need some more crew. You can find them through various events. You can rescue them, you can kidnap them, you can just buy them from various outposts. Scrap is a universal currency, which actually is a little bit unfortunate because sometimes you end up spending your scrap and then you find a store nearby and you don't have any scrap left because you spent it all on upgrades, but I guess that's a careful balance you have to actually strike in this particular title. Also, I should point out the music is goddamn brilliant. So, allow me to silence myself for a moment. Some pretty cool chip music going on right there, certainly. A nice theme for a space adventure, I feel. Although I do, if I'm totally honest, have the urge just to play Star Trek battle music in the background. Maybe the soundtrack from Star Trek Armada. Now that was a soundtrack and a half. Alright, more hits to their O2. They're probably going to go up in flames eventually. Once you destroy a subsystem, you then do damage to the hull. Ooh, very nice. Weaponry and scrap. Excellent. Okay, so I've got a new weapon. As you can see, this is a hull missile designed to do damage to the hull only. It does 2 times damage in systemless rooms. So there's a wide variety of different weapons, including teleporting bombs, heat lasers, ion cannons, all sorts of different things, and they all have different roles. However, I can't power them all up at once, at least at the moment. The more weapon power that I get and upgrades that I throw into it, and the more reactor points I gain, the more weapons I can have on at any given time. You can equip up to a grand total of 4, so I would have to turn one of my weapons off in order to activate the hull missile at the moment. Now, I could, of course, customize here, but I want to go to this quest marker. First, though, let's check out the distress beacon, because there might be something nice here, or it may kill me horribly. That's a possibility. Alright, we may be able to shield them. Okay, there we go. Well, okay, possibly not, but at least we got 10 scrap from it. That's a bonus, right? Didn't really have powerful enough shields to help them out by the looks of it. Alright, to the quest area. So there's a hidden Federation base here. Ooh, drones. Very nice. Excellent. I don't think I have drone systems, so I'm not sure how useful that would actually be. Let's have a look at the equipment here. You can see it's actually in the cargo. Yeah, I don't have a drone system installed yet, but that is a defense drone, which is very, very useful indeed, and I should probably go and try and find one to buy. If I can find a store, chances are I'll be able to purchase one. I don't want to spend any scrap just yet, because I like to keep it spare, just in case I happen to find a nice store. Alright, so as you can see, this is the warning board. If you go backwards into this, then horrible things happen. You get intercepted by elite fighters and cruisers. Yeah, it gets a little bit ugly for you. So, it reminds me very much of that Battlestar Galactica episode. Was it 33? Or something along those lines? It was some number anyway, where the Cylons were constantly chasing them. It's very much like that. Now, there are certain areas which can be a little bit dangerous. Okay, automated Rebel Scout on the way. Yeah, I'd like to get out that station, so let's go. Oh, it's heavily armed. Okay. We do not have enough system power in order to actually power up the whole missile. Why is that? I have full power to weapons, so I need to power down. I'm gonna power down the burst laser. I only have one missile. Okay, I'm gonna make this shot count then, I guess. Uh-oh, he's got an ion cannon. That could knock my shields out. It did indeed, and there is a nasty hit to the weapons array. That's gonna cause a few problems. I might even take TB off of the pilot duties actually to go and repair the weapons array. That was a bad hit indeed. Oh no, that took weapons offline. Alright, let's get weapons back in play. As you can see, there's a lot of damage being done here. This was a bad idea. This very well might be the end of the voyages of the HMS TGS. Things are looking rather grim for our heroes, to say the least. Shields are not holding up at all. In fact, the shields are pretty much useless because now I'm having an ion cannon. I have no weapon available to fire. I'm desperately trying to fix up my weapon systems. My O2 systems just went offline. Is there a fire in there, actually? We should go and check, because I may be able to extinguish that. Let's have a look. No fire in here. Okay, try and get this fixed up. We are taking a pounding! This is not good. If only Ensign Cox were here. Well, we'd probably just die horribly anyway, but hey, there we go. As you can see, the hull is going down, horrible things are occurring, and, well, this game is a little bit unforgiving, to say the least. Alright, let's get shields back online. Weapons are back online. Charge the hull missiles. Oh, taking the pounding. Alright. Weapons offline once again. Took a hit from the ion cannon. That's the med bay. And the weapons again. Yeah, this sucks. This really, really sucks. Oh, the HMS TGS. You were doing so well. Welcome to Faster Than Light. That's essentially what Faster Than Light involves. Dying horribly. But it's okay, so you can restart and get right back into it. It's very much a roguelike in the sense of dying is half the fun. You supposedly get a different adventure every time you do it. I haven't seen too many repeated events, although there were a couple. Alright. The return of Ensign Cox. Get back on the weapons array and don't screw it up this time. All systems reporting ready, sir. Engage. Onward we go. Oh, great. Wonderful. Your ship will gradually overheat, and there's a pirate here trying to kill us. Wonderful, so expect fires, lots of fires. Charge the weapons array. My terrible little burst laser of an Artemis missile. He is armed enough to knock my shields out, certainly. Oh, the last thing we wanted was one of those. Those have a tendency of setting your ship on fire. Okay, first things first, knock out their weapons. Second things first, knock out their helm. It's a critical hit. Now the question is, do we accept their offer? 4 missiles is a significant number, but no, I'm not going to accept surrender because I think I can win this fight quite easily. Oh, wonderful. Their helm's on fire. That's going to do a little bit of damage to TB. He may be able to extinguish it before that becomes a problem. Okay, more fire coming in right there. Let's shut down their O2 systems. Artemis missile connects, and down he goes, and let's see... Ooh, more scrap, not so many missiles. I could have actually accepted that. Alright, we need to FTL our way out of here immediately. Ensign Cox, to the engine room. I just can't do it, Captain. I don't have the power. And also, there's a fire in the oxygen room. Not ideal. Not ideal. Hopefully it just stays. I'm going to jump out of this area, because otherwise there's going to be more... Oh, Lord, no. It's okay, we're just asphyxiating. Let's get the hell out of here. Helm engage. Oh, great. Yeah, just what we wanted. Automatic assault drone. Ah, great. Alright, so oxygen room's on fire. Not ideal. We could extinguish the fires, and I'm going to actually do just that. I'm going to pull Ensign Cox out of the engine room and onto main weapons batteries. I'm going to open up the airlocks, and I'm going to try and extinguish the fires in this area. Also, it would... Yes, we're inside a nebula, so... Well, most of my systems aren't actually working. Alright, first things first. Knock out the weapons array, I think. Everything targeted in that general direction. Fire everything! There we go, that at least knocked out one of the weapons. So my shield should hold up against the rest of it. Alright. We are down to 57% oxygen. Let's close the airlock, lock everything down, and Ensign Cox, it is your duty to hold your breath for a long bloody time. Fix the oxygen generators. Life support is offline. I'm nerding out with this game, very much so. Uh-oh. Ensign Cox is... get Ensign Cox out of there. God damn it. Oh, God, the weapons array's on fire. Okay, Dodger, go fix it. At least their weapons array is also down. It could be worse. Target every system they have. There we go. Down it goes. Ooh, and a reasonable amount of salvage from that in the process. But we are also all about to die. Good God. This is not going well. No. Lieutenant Dodger is barely alive. Oh, okay, oxygen is back online, but we still have to deal with the fact that the weapons room's on fire. Alright, Captain TB to the rescue. Let's get down there and get it fixed out. Oh, no, looks like we've extinguished it. I guess that's what happens when you run out of oxygen in the ship. The fires can't actually burn, so hey, not too shabby. Alright, back to your station and get everything sorted out, shall we? So as you can see, they're gonna actually fix up this area. Anyway, so... what do I like about the game? Pretty much most of it. It's a really nice, compelling roguelike experience. It's a bunch of fun. You get to nerd out immensely in this game. But the problem is, it's a nerding out game, and maybe I'm not able to nerd out enough. I'd like to be able to do things like overcharge particular systems. That's something that can't be done. I'd like more systems on the ship, more crew, more micromanagement. And none of that seems to really be there with the game. You've got all of these systems, but only 4 systems in the ship can actually be manned. Engines, weapons, shields, and the con. Once you have more than 4 crew members, of course it's useful for fighting off boarding parties, repairing, extinguishing fires, but I guess I just want more from the game. But it's not stopping me from having a lot of fun, really, because it still gives me this really awesome ship command experience, which very, very few games really manage to pull off these days. It is incredibly enjoyable. There's all sorts of great new things you can discover. I'm always finding new events, new weapons, and things like that. I'd like to see them, of course, constantly update the game. They got a bunch of money from the Kickstarter, so they certainly should be able to do that. Ah, excellent. A diplomatic negotiation. I actually have 15 fuel, so not a problem. We shall provide you fuel. There we go. And we get scrap in return. Everyone's a winner! Alright, let's upgrade the ship. So we might... Can we actually get up to 2 shield bars? We can. There we go. But I don't think I've got the necessary power to actually do that. So we'll need to find a little bit more scrap and upgrade the reactors. I can keep my missile array online, that single one there, and actually get us up to 2 points of shields. Very nice indeed, but not ideal. Slowly but surely making our way forward and actually creating a ship that's worthwhile. There's a lot of different options as well. You can upgrade some stuff that seems really kind of weird. But some of it's quite useful, like upgrading the doors, for instance. You can upgrade them to blast doors, which take a while for boarding parties and fires to get through, so you can actually suffocate them with the airlock, for instance. So there's a number of different interesting strategies. Oh, cool. Hello, Stephen. Welcome aboard. As I was pointing out, you can get new crew. Unfortunately, you can't rename them, which is kind of annoying. Now, here's the Zoltan. Zoltans actually do have abilities. They provide power to the system that they happen to be on, but they're a little bit weak when it comes to fighting off boarding parties. They can be killed very easily. So if I want additional power to the engines, I can send Zoltan to the engine. He can power it. He can also give me that extra evasion that I've been looking for. There you go. Chief Engineer Stephen is now in the engine room and powering it up to full capacity. The ship is in a fantastic situation, and we jump on to the exit. Now, there may or may not be something in the way here. We'll find out quite shortly. Absolutely nothing. Wonderful. Okay, on to the next sector, and this is where it branches off. I can go to an uncharted nebula or a Zoltan-controlled sector. I think the Zoltan controls sector. I think there might be some interesting things there. Let's not go to the Uncharted Nebula. It is a silly place. To boldly go where no one has gone before, except everyone that was playing this game a couple of days before me because of the Kickstarter, but there you go. I actually spotted this game a little bit too late on the Kickstarter. When I found out about it, the Kickstarter had ended, so I was like, this is the kind of game I'd really enjoy, but I was really glad that they actually got the funding for it. It looks like they've put together something genuinely awesome. Now, I'm currently playing this in a window. You can play it in full screen if you so desire. The graphics options are, needless to say, very limited because it's a two-dimensional sprite-based game. This game runs at about 970 frames per second on my system, so I don't think I'll have a problem with it. Now, can I actually destroy it from this distance? We shall find out. We do have an Artemis rocket launcher. It might be enough. Ow! Okay. The hull took significant damage, I guess. Attempting that was a particularly bad idea. Some events just screw you over. More often than not, you'll find out if you have the gear and the experience that you need, you will get a special blue option, which is always a good alternative. But at this early stage of the game, you don't really have it. Unmanned scout ship with a cloaking device, even better. Alright, don't want to keep the shields up. Well, let's see what kind of weapons array it's got first. We'll arm the Artemis missile and we'll aim that at the... We're just going to aim that directly at the helm. The shields are actually holding quite nicely, so I could just keep using missiles, but it is a little bit wasteful, I've got to say. We can take 1 point away from the engines, shut down the Artemis, and then we can bring the burst laser online. Shields are holding quite nicely. Lieutenant Dodger doing a good job. Ensign Cox, please charge the damn burst laser. Get back on the weapons console, you lazy bastard. Oh, that's our shields gone. It looks like they have an ion cannon. Let's at least get rid of that ion cannon, shall we? Alright, 2 direct hits to the weapons array. Excellent. And if I keep focusing on that area, then horrible things should happen to their ship. Shields are still up, but nothing we can't break through. Oh, and there's the cloak once again. We need our shields back online. Okay, shields up. Excellent. Let's blast our way through here. Thankfully, these little annoying cloaking scouts don't really pose too much of a threat. But they are irritating, and everything does pick away at your ship, and if you start to take hull damage, eventually, it's almost like Year of Hell from Star Trek Voyager. You just get picked apart time after time after time. It's a good feeling, though. It's actually a really awesome idea for a game. Alright, cool. We can upgrade the reactor, which means, hopefully, I can actually have the weapons online at the same time. There we go. So everything's now balanced. The engine did take a hit. I actually took a power away from that, but it's okay. Steven is powering it himself, Lord knows how, and quite frankly, I don't want to know. Well, visiting the store isn't going to help because I don't really have any scrap whatsoever, so let's continue. We're going as far as we can. Well, that's not ideal. I didn't want to fight the NG Scout, and actually that's very well armed. I'm not liking the look of that. Multiple weapons and a defense laser, so let's not bother wasting missiles on it as of yet. Full power to the weapons array. Oh god, they have burst lasers as well. Even more unpleasant. Alright, focus on the oxygen tanks. They will hopefully surrender. If we take down their oxygen, they may surrender. Which would be nice. So focus on life support. Try and break this shield down. Okay, that's 1 hit. Doesn't help them too much. You can also even see the doors there. If you upgrade your sensor array, you can actually see the crew members going from place to place, which allows you to directly target the crew by beaming in bombs and pleasant things like that. There's actually a bomb that I found only in one run through this game called the fire bomb, which is hilarious. It sets fires all over the ship. Speaking of fires all over the ship, oh god. Hopefully Dodger can actually deal with that. Maybe. Shield's critical. Oh god, the oxygen's on fire. Okay, get him out of the engine room. Let's vent that. Shield array is down. Continue to focus on the target. I'm not going to be able to hit that, am I? No, I am not. Oh dear. Okay, pause the game. This may once again be the death of the HMS TGS. So, the current situation is as follows. We have a crewman in the med bay. She should be good to go now. I could try and starve this fire. The oxygen is offline. We're down to 63% reserves. Let's open up the doors. Try and vent the flames. We've got multiple hull breaches. Our engines are offline. And we've taken damage to the weapons array. Wonderful! This is just a day in the life of the HMS TGS, unfortunately. Oh, there's another hull breach. Wonderful. Oh god, everything is on fire. Well, at least we are venting most of the fire. I think we're good here. Okay. Ensign Cox. Chief Engineer Steve. Into the breach, dear friends, into the breach. Fix the bloody oxygen. Oh no. Oh, Stephen, we hardly knew ye. Ensign Cox is having trouble as well. Get to the medical bay immediately. Do we have any weapons we can use at this stage? Okay, repower the burst laser. Helm is offline. This is grim. Alright, close the airlocks. Let's try and get shields back online. Ensign Cox barely survived his encounter here, but if I take one more hit on the hull, then this will be it for the HMS TGS once again. Oh dear God, why? Its continuing mission to explode horribly. Ladies and gentlemen, Faster Than Light is bloody awesome. To the point where I actually want to start a miniseries. You might say, let's place. You know what? I don't care. It's my channel. Do whatever I want. Bugger you. Screw you. I'm the bloody captain, damn it. I'll toss you out of a sodding airlock. I had a few thoughts about it. Maybe we do a mini-series on this. I have a feeling you could edit something quite amusing together. But whatever the case, Faster Than Light is bloody awesome. Hopefully it gets more development. I would love to see maybe some modding on this game to make it a bit more complex, more weapon stations, more micromanagement, things like that. But one way or the other, the game is still a hell of a lot of fun. A really cool idea. I wouldn't call it original because if you played Strange Adventures in Infinite Space and Weird Worlds, then that kind of had a similar idea. In fact, you could even say to some degree it was taken from Imperium Galactica, where you were flying a spaceship around, but you had 4X elements in that game as well. Whatever the case, it's beautifully crafted, it's tons of fun, it really does give me that nice Space Command vibe, and it's nerdy as hell, so please by all means check it out. It's coming out on the 14th of September, ladies and gentlemen, on Steam and GOG. My name's been Totalbiscuit, taking a look at FTL Faster Than Light. I'll see you next time.